The new 2025 BMW M5 is here with hybrid power and over 700 horses, but a little slower than the previous generation. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rise. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where we have the new 2025 BMW M5. Now, few vehicles stir the enthusiast pot quite like the BMW M5, and after a lengthy build-up, the company's latest super sedan is here. The new M5 is the most powerful to ever wear the iconic badge, but it's also the heaviest M5 of all time thanks to a standard hybrid powertrain. Now, as expected, there's XM DNA under the skin, namely the twin turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 and a single electric motor sandwiched into the 8-speed transmission. Now, total system output is 717 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque, a bit less than what you get in the XM label. Now, the engine alone makes 577 horsepower and another 194 horses come from the motor, identical to what you find in the XM. However, the hybrid battery is smaller at 14.8 kilowatts. Now, BMW says that the new M5 can run from 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, and top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour, though that jumps to 190 miles per hour with the M drivers package. Now, the flip side of that is that the speed is quiet, electric-only operation that comes with the plug-in hybrid. In electric mode, BMW projects 25 miles of silent range solely on battery power. However, if you dip into the throttle or decide to manually shift the M Steptronic transmission, well, the car will assume you're ready to play and fire up the new engine for more power. Now, speaking of playing, there are 3 standard issue drive modes for the new M5. Comfort is where gasoline and electricity work to provide the smoothest, most efficient journey possible. The gas engine will shut off more often, and suspension and transmission settings are held in their least intrusive configurations. Now, Sport and Sport Plus, well, they will liven things up a little bit while keeping the engine running at all times, but the optional Dynamic and Dynamic Plus settings are needed for the full M5 experience. Now, these modes optimize the powertrain for full power and ramp up the cooling system for track duty. Now, Dynamic is also how you switch the xDrive all-wheel drive system to rear-wheel drive. You can also get it by turning off the stability control, giving drivers an even more unfiltered performance experience. Now, there's an electronically controlled differential lock for the rear that can send power left or right as needed to get the job done, working not like a stability control system. The difference here is that the power, not brakes, is used to keep the M5 nice and tidy. Now, that translates to faster cornering with more confidence, something further aided by the active rear steering that turns up to 1.5 degrees. Now, stopping the M5 are 6-piston calipers on a 16.1-inch disc in the front, with single-piston floating calipers biting 15.7 inches at the back, and M carbon ceramic brakes are optional, bumping the front disc size to 16.5 inches while lopping off 55 pounds in the process. They sit behind a set of staggered wheels measuring 20 inches in the front and 21 at the back. Now, this is a part of the M5 bespoke driveline setup, which goes way beyond stiffer 5 Series springs. The 5-link rear axle is model specific and uses strengthened control arms, camber control arms, and guide arms designed for higher G loading. The double wishbone front axle is more rigid and uses M5 specific hubs. Now, there's extra bracing for the strut towers, underfloor bracing, and mounts for various chassis components that are stronger. And naturally, BMW's adaptive M suspension is standard, featuring electronically controlled dampers that drivers can fine-tune. And there's plenty of fine-tuning available. In addition to the aforementioned drive modes, the new M5 allows individual settings for the suspension, brakes, steering, transmission, and the xDrive all-wheel drive system. While we're talking about technology, you'll find BMW's 8.5 operating systems with M-specific displays for the driver and front seat passengers. A head-up display is standard, and for the moments when you don't feel like driving, you can stream videos or play a selection of Air console games. Visually speaking, the M5 is unmistakable with its quad exhaust tips at the back. It also is a touch wider at 3 inches in the front and 1.9 inches at the back. Now, BMW says that the sides of the M5 have been redesigned versus the 5 Series to give it a little more aggressive stance. Now, the front fascia has its vents and contrasting angles with a subtle lip spoiler that adds some character to the rear, with the 9 standard colors that are available as well at launch, and buyers can dip into numerous BMW individual shades for something unique. Now, for the elephant in the room. The 2025 BMW M5 weighs 5,390 pounds. That's not as much as an actual elephant, but There's more than a Ford F-150 there with the 4-door cab and 4-wheel drive. However, that weight seems to be a non-issue, but how will that translate to everyday use? That's something you have to wonder about. Now, you can buy one starting for a price of $120,675 and decide for yourself if it's the heaviest M5 ever made. But with that said, what do you guys think with the deliveries starting this year, later on this year? What do you guys think about the new M5? Drop those comments down below. And if you guys did enjoy the video today, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell, and we will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.